Welcome to Unwrapped, the B Corp Spotlight series, where we invite people from B Corp brands to answer some of the most frequently asked B Corp questions. I'm Katie, your host, and today I'm pleased to welcome Laura Hudspith from Hiyield. It's great to have you here, Laura.
Hi, Katie. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Laura, you have kindly volunteered to answer the question, who can become B Corp?
So it's pretty straightforward, actually, as to who can become a B Corp. So any organisation who is for profit, who has been trading for at least 1 year, can apply to complete the B Impact Assessment. That can be a business of any size. You can be a sole trader or a large multinational organisation. As long as you've been trading for a year and you are a business for profit, you're absolutely fine to apply.
Are there any other restrictions on industries or trades or geography that dictate whether you can or you can't apply to become B Corp?
The B Corp certification is worldwide, so anyone from any country can apply. You can't be a charity or a government organisation, so you do need to be a for-profit business. But the restrictions, aside from that, are fairly wide. Any business can apply. Doesn't matter on size, doesn't matter on industry. You will answer slightly different questions depending on the size of your business or the kind of industry that you're working in. But the great thing about B Corp is that it's for all businesses, so everyone has an opportunity to answer these great questions, to make the changes that they need, and to be part of the movement.
Okay, so that's a really interesting point that you've made, actually, because size is something that will therefore have a knock-on effect for things like governance, workers, and those sort of nuances in all of the questions. Does a small business have to answer the same questions, or when you sort of present yourself and how your business is structured, are the questions then sort of refined so that they're more specific to you?
Absolutely. I don't think any two businesses will end up answering the same set of questions, because the B Impact Assessment is built really nicely to be tailored to the kind of business that you are. So there are different categories depending on the different size of businesses you are. So you'll follow that pathway depending on your size. So it would be silly for a one-man band to be answering the same questions as a large, 500-person organisation. So it's tailored really nicely to be the right questions for the kind of business you are. Then once you've answered the questions about size, you answer questions about the sort of industry you're in. So it would be quite different for different people in different industries. They can answer questions that are much more relevant to what they're doing.
So ultimately, anyone can apply, and your certification journey will be specific to your business and your circumstances. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, there's definitely lots of learnings that you can get from other businesses, not in your industry or businesses of similar sizes. But yeah, definitely, we found that all the questions we were answering were really relevant to what we were doing and the kind of things that we wanted to change in our business.
Fantastic. You've touched on a really important point there, and it's a theme that I'm finding in every conversation. It's being reinforced by everybody in that the community is so strong, regardless of whether you're talking to someone in the same industry or not. It's a collaboration, and the openness and the willingness to share. Nothing is closed off. Whereas often in business, you find that it can be quite secretive. Whereas sort of being immersed in this community, it's a completely different way of doing things. We're quite new in there, which is perhaps why it feels so unusual to us, but in the best possible way.
Definitely, I would 100% agree with that. I think on our application journey, I was sort of doing it in the organisation myself, but as soon as I started quietly reaching out to people I knew might be sort of associated, it sort of opened up this door to all of these people who are really happy to help, share their ideas, share policies, share like tidbits, signposting. And we're relatively new as well to the B Corp community, and since we've been accredited, again, it's helped me make connections with lots of different people and given us lots of great ideas and for sharing things that we can put in place in Hiyield to kind of when we come to reach certify in a few years.
Laura, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure having you join us in this series. And for those of you that are watching and want to find out more about Hiyield, you'll find all the details and links that you need below. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and most importantly, do go and explore the rest of the series. We're answering lots of really great B Corp questions, and we're involving a huge amount of B Corps from this community. So I encourage you to go and explore further. Thank you again for joining us today, Laura.
No problem. Thank you very much.